敵の力は僕らのために正義の心をパイルダウン飛ばせ鉄拳ロケットパンチ今だ出すんだプレストファイヤーマジンコマジンコマジンガー
And here we are with another Mecha Alliance figure review. What's up, everybody? It's Cole, aka Robots Are Art, coming at you this time with something absolutely epic. The Soul of Chogokin 50th Anniversary DX Mazinger Z from Bandai. Look at that detail. And we're going to get into this one today. A lot of you guys know me as Coltron from some of my reviews, some of my collection. Well, after this one, you just might want to call me Mazinger Z, because you know we're going to get into it in a comparison with the 40th Anniversary DX. And of course, for the grand finale, I'll break out my entire Mazinger collection. We'll see how it stacks up versus the others as one of the all-time great Mazingers. You know, it feels like we've been celebrating this 50th anniversary for a while now. And what better way to end it off with this fabulous DX figure. And we're going to get right into this guy. What we're going to do now, tell you what, let's take him out of his awesome hanger and let's put his armor on. Let's get him ready to go. Let's see exactly how he looks. Look at this fabulous detail. What you want to do first is place the neck in to avoid scratching. Now, Mazinger has two halves for his cutout armor this time, which is awesome. You got to remove that cutaway in order to put on his face, and his sculpt is gorgeous for this. Absolutely anime accurate. Everything fits into place beautifully. Everything is a firm connection. This thing is solid and beautiful with the armor. Listen to that. Awesome. Clicking. Fantastic. Beautiful. So satisfying. Now this right here is all high quality plastic. There is a lot of metal in this figure. I will point it out to you. The PVC hand covers for the cutaway hands. Absolutely awesome. Incredible detail. Probably, I'm going to say, one of the most detailed figures. Listen to that. In my collection, everything fits perfectly. Beautiful. Now, the heat sinks are a little different on this one. They light up in their entirety, and we're going to see how that looks a little later in the video. But for now, we're going to take this out, get a look at the redesign. A lot of improvements on this figure. Metal chest piece, gorgeous. Put the heat sinks in, everything fits perfectly. Listen to this. Beautiful. I love the die-cast metal armor. Absolutely fabulous. This is why I collect right here. Is this thing perfect? No. But this metal armor harkens back to the SG-01 Tetsujin 28, and I absolutely love it. Let's take a look at this guy. How does he look? Absolutely breathtaking. Nearly 12 inches tall, 30 centimeters. So this is a towering figure. This will be a standout in any collection. I absolutely love the paint on this. It shines. It's bright. It's brilliant. I love the coloring. I love the anime accurate sculpt. It's beautiful. And you know what? We'll look later. It is different than the 40th anniversary. Enough for me. But what we're going to do is look at this guy now. Absolutely beautiful. Exactly as he looked in his anime episodes. There's Koji Kabuto looking awesome. What we're going to do now is get right into his articulation. We see the head motion, his head and neck move. Left up down motion, left right motion, his neck and head move. For a decent range of motion. Here we see those awesome ratchet joints clicking. Up down motion in the arm, shoulder area. Beautiful. Clicky ratchets. Nice range of motion. The redesign of the elbow is perfect. Aesthetically, I don't think it's nice with that crease at the top, but nothing is loose, nothing falls off, nothing is flimsy. He reaches up, but the redesign on the elbow is awesome. We see the fist swivel and tilt. Decent range of motion. And we see the awesome articulated hands. Take a look at these. Pretty cool. Absolutely awesome. Love it. Such a nice touch. 360 swivel in the waist. There is no ab crunch. There is no ab tilt, unfortunately, with this figure. Split in the legs. Listen to those ratchets. Awesome. That's about as much of a high kick as he can do. Swivel in the thigh. So you can hit some cool poses. Beautiful materials, obviously. There's his front back kicking motion. What we hear are fantastic ratchets. I love them. And you know what? They last. There's the knee bend. Not super deep, you know, but the ratchets are beautiful. Swivel. Look at those awesome pistons in there. And all that allows Mazinger to hit some of his classic poses, like this one. It looks awesome. The lights look fantastic. The sounds are fantastic. Mazinger's posing, you know what, this is a gorgeous, towering figure. But honestly, I thought there were going to be some improvements after 10 years to the articulation. I thought there'd be ab crunch when I ordered this. I thought there would be tilt, things like that. I thought it would be able to hit an Obari pose. It's a beautiful, towering figure, but I feel after 10 years, as awesome as this is, I think they could have done a little bit to update the articulation like they did with the GX105, but he is able to do his classic attacks. Here's another. The iconic drill missile attack looks absolutely fantastic. And this time, the toy is much simpler. You don't have to detach Mazinger's elbow. You don't have to fuss with the pins and all of that stuff on the original. You just push that little button on the underside, and it flips up, bringing joy to the toy, making it a fun experience, much simpler and easier experience than in the original DX Mazinger Z. I absolutely am a fan of the new elbows. That being said, it does leave a panel line, a crease, at the spot where it separates. So I don't think it looks quite as good as the original, but overall, it's a welcome improvement. Now let's take a minute to look at the fully revised infrared remote control that comes with this guy. He has 9 attack effects, 4 songs, and does the pileder on effect when you hit the power. This is a big improvement over the black box that came with the 40th anniversary version. This is much simpler, the design is cooler, and everything is laid out in English. The impact missile attack looks absolutely fantastic, thanks to the now included abdominal section with cutaway for the missile to pop out. Very nice addition to this piece. And let's take a look at this guy. The paint just sparkles, absolutely gorgeous, poses quite nicely overall, looking fantastic, beautiful, as he should, to celebrate the 50th anniversary. He's got heavy metal in his feet, shins, thighs, crotch and butt, chest piece and upper torso. This guy weighs 1.1 kilos without the scrander, so he's very solid. You know, DX stands for deluxe, and overall that's what this guy is. He's very well made, he's gorgeous, he's solid. That being said, I did run into one QC issue. Take a look at this. Absolutely egregious, Bandai. You know, this is the most deluxe robot you have, and I have a huge blemish right from the get-go before I even opened the package. I don't know if something rubbed the wrong way or if the paint didn't dry, but it's unfortunate. It's a shame. It's a shame that this would happen on a robot that, you know, I ordered this from Japan and it was over $800. And the sad thing is, because I bought it from a Japanese retailer, you know, I can't go through Bluefin to have this replaced. So I'll live with it. First world problems. You know, overall it's a beautiful, beautiful piece, but it's a real shame when something like that happens, QC-wise, on Bandai's most deluxe figure. But I'll be honest with you guys, as soon as I saw it with the scrander, all QC issues were forgotten. This is how I'll display it. It looks absolutely epic from all angles. This time the scrander's included, as are the iron cutters. Of the songs Mazinger plays, Scrander is the new one. Let's take a listen. Let's have a look at the newly redesigned Jet Scrander. It's fantastic that they've included it. We see the front and thrusters are remolded on this release. The back of the thrusters are white instead of gray. These are articulated. Awesome. And the antenna's red. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful paint scheme, beautiful color scheme, brilliant. So glad they included it. You know, I bought my 40th anniversary DX a couple years ago. BBTS got some old stock. I paid $1,000 for it. I never got the scrander. So glad they included it with this one. Here we have a look at Koji in the hover pileder. Beautifully redesigned. It's bigger this time around. Looks fantastic. Of course, it's articulated. For pileder on. And let's have a look at the jet pileder. Beautiful addition. Either one looks fantastic. Beautiful details. Here's the transformation. It's simple and fun. Now let's launch the Scrander. Check this guy out in a little more detail, how he's put together. Let's look at the cutaway wings. Beautiful detail. Absolutely stunning. Let's take a look. Deluxe quality on display here. This is probably my most highly detailed figure. I've got quite a few, but this is truly amazing. And these pop off simply. Flip them around for either mode. Really nicely designed. You know, this was a separate release on the 40th anniversary. So it's wonderful they included this. The only thing they really didn't include on this were the cranes that go on the DX hanger from the 40th anniversary. And there was a manga included with the original version. That's not a big deal for me. You know, I feel the packaging was a little bit less deluxe on the 50th anniversary version. I liked the sleek black boxes of the original, but to be honest, this thing cost $240 to ship, and they fit the Scrander and the iron cutters, the things that really matter in, so I'm okay with that. And now we are seeing double DXs. Absolutely phenomenal. Which do you prefer? The stocky, powerful physique of the original, or do you like the 50th that looks like it's stepping right out of the original anime to the top shelf of your display? I think both are fabulous. I'm glad I've got them both in my collection, and they've done some things differently sculpt-wise on the new one. Obviously, the colors are different. They're more muted on the 40th anniversary. The 50 is bright, brilliant. They both look gorgeous. They complement each other, in my opinion. They're different enough to have both. Let's get a closer look. The gorgeous paint on both. The muted hues versus the brighter shades. And the things they've sculpted differently, we see the lankier appearance in the arms and the bigger head, making Mazinger look absolutely anime accurate. They both look spectacular. We see the chest fins are redesigned. Let's take a look at how the redesign works. It's absolutely brighter, and Mazinga's louder. Let's look at the eyes. So, they've updated from a piercing blue to a bright yellow, reminiscent of the original series. There we see the hover pilders. One's obviously bigger than the other. Both are very nice. Both are highly detailed. Both figures are absolutely spectacular, absolute centerpieces to any collection. You know, I don't normally buy reissues or repaints, and I thought there would be some changes to the articulation on this guy, but both are welcome in my collection. Both look different enough. Both are absolutely beautiful. How menacing. This is why I collect. Spectacular. And here we see the cutaway armor. Let's just take a look at this. Absolutely fantastic. Both sides of the head and neck are included this time. We see the golds in the original, the blues in this one. I prefer, honestly, the golds. I like old school toys with shiny, bright colors. But the blue complements the new color scheme gorgeously. But it's not just about the look on these figures, okay? There are a lot of intangibles that you don't see. The figures reworked. The joint system is much better. For instance, the head and neck on the 40th anniversary version, look at that detail, are so tight that when I was posing him to get the head totally lined up, it was almost impossible. The face kept falling off. Even after a year and a half, the joints are much better, and you see more detail in the arm, the upper arm of the 40th anniversary. But let me tell you what, I'll take the new arm design, because the way that's set up, to do the drill missile attachment, that has to be so tight that I had to pry that off with an eyeglass screwdriver. And let me tell you, that is about the least fun I've had, was prying the upper arm off of my $1,000 Mazinger. So the redesign, even though it's a little less detailed, I really appreciate the ease of use with this toy. To take the armor off, I could take it off even in gloves. You know, simple, fun to play with. Everything stays on solidly. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I do love the chrome of the original, but honestly, both are great in their different ways. Bandai hasn't skimped on any materials. Both weigh 1.1 kilos, so I'm glad I got this. What's better than 2 DXs? How about 8 DXs? That's right. Now's the time when we are going to take a look at all of these, what I would consider DX class robots for supremacy, to see which one I consider the best. If you like what you're seeing now, please take that opportunity to smash that like button, because we are going to get into it. Robots of this scale and quality level are something I dreamt of as a kid. You know, I wanted a Voltron so bad when the show first aired. It was expensive. I didn't get it until later. It caused a lifelong obsession with big, high-quality metal robots, and that's what you see here. One of the high points of my collection, which is my favorite. You know, the original DX Mazinger Z set the standard. So high quality, so beautiful, still wonderful. Great Mazinger was improved in many ways. The elbow was better on that one. Fantastic figure overall. But the new one, I would say, I love them all. But this one is just so much more easy to manipulate the joints. You know, so many improvements, so many nuances, so much more is included. The scrander, the details gorgeous everywhere. I do love this figure. I did get one QC issue. I'm not going to let it stop my enjoyment of the figure. Overall, it is a spectacular, spectacular DX figure deluxe. And another one that I love, oh boy, Action Toys, heavy metal, Mazinger Z, the absolute scale Mazinger Z should be in. This thing weighs 8.1 pounds. Gorgeous, gorgeous figure. Heavy ratchets, solid ratchets, not super articulated, but awesome. Combattler V, beautiful figure, fun to play with. So many cool attachments and things come with it. But I gotta tell you guys what, after getting a hold of this guy here on the left, the Blitzway, the structure does not impress me. Tetsujin 28, love it, heavy metal. Action Toys, what they did with this one, I wish they would have done with the DX was include yellow eyes as well as light up eyes. The Blitzway, you know what? Check it out. I reviewed this. If you like this review, if you haven't seen my Blitzway review, I get into it very thoroughly. I go over everything with it. Overall, it's fantastic. And of course, Bandai DX Voltus 5, you know, awesome. But I'm going to tell you guys what, after getting into the Blitzway is higher quality plastic. So which one of these is my favorite DX in my collection? There have been a lot of improvements to the 50th anniversary DX Mazinger. Is it enough for it to be the ultimate DX? Is it the best one for me? Well, the best one for me is the Blitzway, because it does things like this. The Iron Man pose. Look at that articulation. That just amazed me, I have to say. And it can hold a high kick. That's just next level for me. Fantastic. How does it do it? Look at this structure. Amazing. No other DXs do that. So for me, the Blitzway is the ultimate DX tier robot. But I do love what Bandai's done with the 50th anniversary DX Mazinger. They've made so many improvements. You know, I do like the royal blue paint scheme. I do love they've included the iron cutters and the scrander. I think it's fantastic. These are some of my favorite robots in my collection. So glad to have this guy as a part of it. And as part of our celebration of the 50th anniversary of the first piloted mech, the one that got it started for our beloved genre, here we have the grand finale as promised. Of course, I've brought out all 3 DX hangers and the rest of my Mazin fam so we can take a look at these guys. What better way to celebrate than looking at some of my favorite figures, the GX70 and GX105. They're reissuing the GX105 great figures. You want to learn more? Check out my review. The one that got it all started for me, the great Mazinger Shogun Warrior. I wanted it so bad when I was 4. I never got it. Another one that caused an obsession. The Sentinel. I love the avant-garde, highly articulated scrander. So unique, so fun, overall so posable. The spectacular CCS Toys Mazinger Z. They're reissuing this guy. He's awesome. Get him if you have a chance. And of course, Mazinger Z Infinity. Has it been that long? You know, my son posed Mazinger in that dabbing pose after we saw the film in the theater. He was a wee kid then. Now he's in high school and helps me with my videos. It preserves that memory, and that's what these figures are about. Of course, the fantastic EX Gokin influenced Go Nagai to create Zero. Absolutely iconic. ES Gokin, so cool, so die-cast packed, such a great little figure. And of course, the reissue of this guy. We're going to be giving one away to celebrate 50,000 followers at Mecha Alliance and 60,000 at Supreme Mecha. So if you don't follow those pages on Facebook, please check them out. Soul of Chogokin Mazinger SKL, beautiful, beautiful figure. But that chest piece is ridiculous. It falls off every time. I would skip it if there was an alternative. This guy's beautiful. The Soul of Chogokin Mazinger. So awesome, anime accurate, and a beautiful representation. All around, fantastic figure. And this little guy, Super Robot Chogokin, this was such a fun line. Wish they didn't discontinue it. It's such a beautiful homage to the original great Mazinger Shogun. I lusted after as a kid. And of course, the mighty 40th anniversary EX Gokin Great Mazinger. Absolutely amazing. One of my favorites in my collection. The King Arts figures, I'd be remiss if I didn't speak to them. You know, they do have armor. For me, they're not DXs. You know, I've stopped buying them. They really have beautiful sculpts and cool attachments, but things fall off all the time. Every time you touch them, things fall off. I had to glue Great Mazinger's foot for the shoot. You see, Mazinger's crotch is missing. It's hopelessly lost. They are beautiful and have great sculpts, but for me, they are not the same thing as a glorious DX, you know. For me, there is nothing like the quality and detail of the DXs. I absolutely love them. They are my favorite Mazinger figures in my collection. You know, they release them every 2 years, and they're great to have. They're great to have. Centerpiece to any collection. And you know, they are releasing the 50th anniversary now. So now is your chance to grab one of these guys. And they are in stock at our sponsor for this video. Take a look in the description of this video. You'll see a link. You can get this for, I'm willing to bet, the best price in the United States from our affiliate with free shipping in the US. So if you think it will fit into your Mazinger collection, have a look in the description of this video. Please use the link to help support our passion for what we do here at Mecha Alliance. Are you on Instagram? Check out robots_r_art. You can check out my photography. You can check out my video for the 40th anniversary DX Mazinger Z. Hit me up in the comments. I will respond as Mecha Alliance Cole. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to our channel because there's much more to come. Thank you for watching.